What a good question. What were the symptoms of my brain tumour? When I was a child, I suffered with equalising in my ear. So every time I went in a plane or dived in the water, the pressure would really build up. Had they have known back then, instead of prescribing me antibiotic after antibiotic, they would have realised that it was the tumour growing within my ear canal. So at that point, I had no idea. But that was when I was like 12, 13 onwards, you know. It wasn't until I was living in Thailand that I fell pregnant with an English guy. And we came back. It's a long story. And if you want to read more, go to my playlist, questions and answers. They're all on there. But that's when I found out I was pregnant. And we're talking back in 2006, I think it was. No, 2005, sorry. I fell pregnant. In the 4 months that I carried, I went from being normal to intermittently paralysed from waist down. I developed a really bad squint, so much so that one eye was looking for you, one eye was looking at you. And I used to get abuse going down the streets. Look at the state of her, look at her drunk at this time in the morning, because I just couldn't walk. I was all over the flipping shop. But I just put it down to pregnancy and hormones. I didn't think it was anything serious. The squint, okay, that was a facial thing, you know, oh, my squint. And when I went to go and get it checked out by the opticians, they then sent me to Moorfields, and Moorfields told me, don't worry, we'll be able to sort your squint out. Give it a few months or so and then see how it goes. And if it stabilises, we'll be able to do an operation to correct your squint. So I thought nothing of it. Unfortunately, the pregnancy didn't come to fruition. I miscarried at 4 months. Probably a good thing, because at that point we had no idea that I had a tumour. It then progressed that when I went back for my MRI results at Moorfields Hospital, they didn't actually know why I was coming back, by the way. So I went alone to get this squint sorted out. And after an hour and a half of being there, I said to him, so what were the results from the MRI scan? He said, oh, you had an MRI. Let me just go and check. Another hour later, a whole group of flipping trainees come round. There must have been about 15 of them. Come round with this doctor. I'm sorry, Miss Connell, it's not good news. And there's me thinking, I'm never going to be able to get rid of this squint. No. I'm sorry, Miss Connell, it's not good news. The MRI has detected you have a brain tumour. What can I say? I didn't know how to cope, you know. My symptoms, I guess you would say, was the hearing loss in my left ear, the equalising, the squint in my left eye. I had double vision and didn't realise it was double vision. I just thought I was going crazy. Paralysed from waist down when I was pregnant. But intermittently, which was weird, really weird. Bear with me, I can't remember everything. I think for me, the main focus was the squint in my eye, the fact that I wasn't equalising properly in my ear. But that could be anything, you know. You don't ever search Google. But when you look on Google, it does make you think, oh my God, the worst. So don't search Google. Find out from a reputable person, someone that's been through it. Go to your GP, and I know it's really hard at the moment, even trying to get an appointment, but there are services out there that can help you. Now, back in the day, MRIs used to cost £1,000 to have an MRI scan. Now, they only cost £300. I say only because that's a 700 quid difference. That's a 700 quid difference to someone's life. It's really important. I can't stress enough. Doctors don't get it right. All right? They do not get it right. And that is a fact. We all know that. So if you know your own body, you know to insist on an MRI scan. I'm just so fortunate that I went to my optometrist and they sent me to Moorfields. And although Moorfields didn't know that I had a brain tumour and that was what I was going for, they did find the tumour. My advice to anyone who's having any of these symptoms is don't leave it. Really, honestly, don't leave it, because when I was diagnosed, way back when in 2006, brain tumours weren't really that common. Now, 1 in 3 people are affected by a brain tumour. Someone they know's got it. It's ridiculous. And I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised if it was put down to things like mobile phones, networks, all these things going for, I don't know how to explain it, but all these signals, whatever you call them, going through the air has got to cause something in the brain, surely. I mean, there's no real evidence, but really? I mean, now, I don't ever answer my phone with my ear. I have it on loudspeaker, end of. Or it comes through my hearing aids. And even then, when it comes through my hearing aids, I'm paranoid of these Bluetooths in my ear, but then I need to hear. So, what do you do? But thank you for the question.